Proposed Tourism Business Support Program. Introduction. Calapan City is the capital of Oriental Mindoro, an island which faces the southern coast of Batangas province. With the increase in population due to the rapid increase of immigration of inhabitants, especially from Luzon, Calapan City is gradually expanding inland. It has shown rapid progress in various industries, especially in farming, lumbering, commerce, trading and fishing. Side by side is the economic development and advancement. It surpasses the status of being a marketing venue. Tourism businesses exist to satisfy the needs and welfare of the community and improve and maintain the owner's quality of life. However, despite expanding tourism businesses in the city, there are a number of entrepreneurs who are striving hard and unable to sustain their operations. Due to inability of running a tourism business and lack of knowledge and expertise in the field, specifically in terms of maintaining the local products and offerings of the city. It is within this context that this study has realized, with the hope that after the critical assessment of the different profiles of the tourism industry, business management processes, business financial relations, and business marketing aspects could be identified and implemented by the tourism business entrepreneur. Methods. This research study made use of a descriptive method of research. Purposive random sampling was used since experts' opinions were considered. As non-probability technique, the population was presented. The 30 owners/managers, 60 employees, and 20 tourism council/staff which are familiar with business dimensions tourism industry were the subjects of study. The researcher made use of a researcher-prepared questionnaire structured on the basis of questions presented in the statement of the problem. These are composed of 4 major parts. The profile of tourism industry includes ownership, types of management, facilities, services, tourists foreign and domestic, and clients' satisfaction. Status of business management processes of tourism-related program that was considered in this study were the planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. On the other hand, status of business financial operation was treated in terms of liquidity and stability, while programs and strategies were considered in analyzing the level of effectiveness of business marketing aspects. Quantitatively, descriptive statistics was used. Specifically, percentage method, frequency method, weighted mean, and 5-point rating scale was utilized in interpreting the data gathered from the profile of tourism industry. Status of business management processes of tourism-related program, status of business financial operations, and level of effectiveness of business marketing aspects. Further, Pearson R correlation coefficient was used to test the significant relationship. Results and discussion. Most business owners in Calapan City who are engaged in tourism industry chose sole proprietorship since this is the simplest form of ownership where anyone could operate a business. Majority of the services are intended to serve all clients and members of a community. It is also concluded that there is a great movement of local and other domestic tourists looking for personal pleasure in the form of rest, relaxation, and self-improvement in the city of Calapan. A properly organized business management processes will allow the business to focus on the right mix of service and products, to allow it to obtain its potential for maximizing profits. Each tourism business is hard-working efforts to purport improvement in the business financial relations and is based on their financial capacity. Each tourism business is very optimistic over new programs as an effective business marketing. But obviously, they much have concentration on easy return of capital and investment. The level of effectiveness of business marketing aspects is also subjected by the nature of the environment in which it controls, as well as by administrative decisions taken by local administrators and by the government of the country where that tourism site lies. The volume of foreign and domestic tourists has no influence with client satisfaction of tourism industry in Calapan City. The profile of tourism industry in terms of ownership, facilities, services, and volume of influence with the status of business management processes of tourism-related program of tourism industry in Calapan City. It is also concluded that the profile of tourism industry in terms of types of management has significant influence in the status of business management processes of tourism-related program in terms of organizing and staffing. The profile of tourism industry in terms of ownership, volume of tourists, and clients' satisfaction has no influence with the status of business financial relations of tourism industry in Calapan City. The profile of tourism industry in terms of type of management has significant influence with the status of business financial relations in terms of profitability of tourism industry in Calapan City. The profile of tourism industry in terms of facilities has significant influence with the status of business financial relations in terms of stability of tourism industry in Calapan City. The profile of tourism industry in terms of services has significant influence of business financial relations in terms of liquidity, profitability, and stability of tourism industry in Calapan City. The status of business management processes of tourism-related program in terms of planning, organizing, staffing, and controlling has no influence in the level of business marketing aspects and strategies. The status of business management processes of tourism-related program in terms of directing has significant relationship in the level of business marketing aspects in terms of strategies. The status of business financial operations in terms of liquidity and stability has no influence in the level of business marketing aspects in terms of programs and strategies. The proposed business tourism support program will be relevant to the operational needs of the tourism industry in Calapan City. It will also help in improving the marketing plans, business legal structures, daily management operations, financial operations, and physical operations of the tourism businesses in the city. Thank you very much.